Dating as a single mom is a whole different ball game than it was before you have kids. Today, we'll be talking about dating tips for single moms. This step will be, I'll be listening out today, will help you to get started on the right foot. Our topic today again is dating tips for single moms. My number one tip is realize that you are entitled to have a life. You have to realize that you are entitled to have your own life. There will be a lot of suggestions. There will be a lot of advice from people close to you, from family members that, oh, no, it's not the time for you to start dating now. It's not the right time for this. It's not the right time for that. No one should be in a position to decide that for you. No one is in the right place, rather, to decide that for you, when to start dating and when not to start dating. You are the one that have to decide by yourself. There will be a lot of advice. There will be a lot of suggestions from different angles. Even your kids, you might want to be so involved in them, and you want to you tend to come to the conclusion that, no, I'm just going to wait because my kids are still little. I will have to wait for them to be older, or maybe when they start coming off the nest or going out or living their own life, then that is when I'm going to start dating all over again. No, I think that is wrong. Because imagine if your kids are still little, age 3, 4, 5, or thereabout. Are you not going to wait till they are teenagers or they are out of the college or uni before you start dating again? No, I don't think that is right. The moment you make a decision by yourself that you are ready to start dating all over again, then go for it. You have your own life to live. No one should dictate to you when and when not to start dating, because this is your own life. Life is too short for you to just box yourself up in one corner and be thinking that, oh, no, I'm going to postpone this. I'm going to leave this for a while. I'm going to, no. If you are in the right mindset and you've healed from your past relationship, you are now in the right frame of mind, and you come to the conclusion that you are ready to give dating another try, then go for it. Go for it. It is your life. It is your decision. No one should decide that. No one should make that decision for you. The decision lies squarely in your hand. So have a go for it. I want you to realize that you are entitled to have a life, and have a go at it, and knowing fully well that the decision is yours. My number 2 tip is expect some resistance from your kids. Expect some resistance from your kids. Your kids, they've been with you for a long time. Probably, you're only one they know. They grew up with you. You do things together. Every of the activities, it is you, and you're the only adult. You're the only adult in their life. And by the time you now say, oh, you want to start dating all over again, don't expect them to clap for you or be happy for you. Of course, most of the time they will resist. Why? Because, out of, oh, it's my mom. I want my mom for myself alone. I want this for myself alone, and things like that. You understand? So don't think that, oh, the moment you announce to them or you let them know that, oh, mommy is going to start dating again, they will embrace that. No, most of the time they will resist, and it is your duty to sit them down and explain to them that, in as much as they love to spend time with their friends too, you understand that you also you want to spend time with your friends. that it's always good to have a social life. You understand? Encourage them the importance of having a social life. That um, in a way you can even let them know that mommy is not happy just being by herself. That it is okay for mommy to have her own friends because kids, you have your own friends too. So mommy should have her own friends too. That is one way of looking at it. Why the kids um my put up a resistance. Another way of looking at it is perhaps their dad is still very much active in their life. And don't forget, their dad will still remain their dad. No matter what is going on between daddy and mommy, their father is still their father. And there is no way they would not have a little bit of allegiance to their father, most especially if he's a very good dad to them, he takes good care of them. They understand the fact that mommy and daddy are no longer together. And by the time they now start to see that, oh, there's another man in their mommy's life, naturally they will start to feel funny about it. Why? Because they'll be looking at their dad that, okay, why is dad not coming back into mommy's life? Why will mommy just go out with a totally uh, a total stranger to them? They will rather want their father to come back and for you to have a reconciliation and reconcile and put your marriage together. And average kids want their family unit to be together. You understand? So that is another angle where the resistance from the kids will come from. So it is your duty to now explain to them that, okay, fine, listen, daddy and mommy have been through a lot together, and they've jointly come to the conclusion that their relationship or their marriage is not going to work again. Even tell them to confirm from their dad. You understand? And if they now realize that, okay, fine, daddy and mommy, they're not going to come together again. They have irreconcilable differences between them, that irreconcilable difference between them that will never even make them come near each other again. That they're happy to be friends. They're happy to take care of the kids together, and daddy is happy for mommy to move on with our own life. Then, if you sit them down and explain it to them from that angle, then I'm sure they will understand, and that's how to handle this thing. Because you cannot just start having a relationship and automatically expect your kids to embrace the new man in your life. What I will expect you to, I mean, I will expect a little bit of resistance depending on the state of mind of these kids. So it is your duty to explain to the kids that no, this is how it is. This is what makes mommy happy, and this is how you want to live your life going forward. And a little bit of reassurance from your side will go a long way in putting their mind at rest. And point number 3 is, when on a date, focus on your date. When on a date, focus on your date. As a single mom, it is, I mean, one can really understand that, okay, fine, you are the beginning and the end of your kids. You do everything together, you do everything for them, and you are always on top of every of their thing. So there is high tendency that if you are now in a date, let's say you go out on a date with this new man, that you tend to talk too much about your kids, or you tend to overwhelm him with what is going on in your kid's life. I'm not saying you shouldn't discuss the life of your kid, but just keep it on a low, but rather focus on the man in front of you, get to know him, get to understand him, let him talk more about himself. This is you trying to know him better, because somebody that you want to bring into your life or into the life of yourself and that of your kids, you want to know them more. And talking more about them, asking them questions, listening to them for what they say and what they left unsaid. Do you understand? It goes a long way for you to know them proper. So you don't just involve them in with your kids' things. Do you understand? Talking about your kids all of the time. No, that wouldn't work. It wouldn't even help your situation. So you rather keep it on the low, talk to your date, get to know your date, let your date talk more about himself. getting to know much about him will help you in that stage of things. So our next point is point number 4. Your kids don't have to meet every new man. Your kids do not have to meet every new man. Don't forget, you are starting out now fresh, trying the dating scene for the first time. I mean, after a long time. You understand? There will be a lot of try and error. There will be a lot of, okay, let me give this a try and see. Let me give this man a try and see. This is you just trying to test the water and get to know to get to meet new people. You understand? You cannot meet one person today and start to introduce them to your kids tomorrow. You can't be introducing to your kids every man that you meet. You understand? Before you can even start to introduce a new man into the life of your kids, you must have been, say, about 80% with full assurance that, okay, this is the man that you potentially want to settle with. You must have known a lot about him. You must have understand him very well. You must have known things that makes him think, things that works him up, things that makes him angry, things that makes him happy. You must have known every details about him for you to now come to that conclusion. It is at that stage now that you can now say, okay, fine. Let me gradually begin to introduce this man to the life of my kids. And when you are and when you're doing that, you cannot just introduce the man just like that. You have to do it in a stylish manner. You have to do it in a stylish way that will not upset your kids. Say, for instance, your kids likes, there's a particular hobby your kids like to engage themselves with. In a subtle manner, you can invite the guy over while your kids are into their game or whatever they are into. You understand? Let him show interest in whatever they do, with that thing that makes them happy. Let him show a little bit of interest like that. You understand? Like you go out and to watch their favorite film. You can do that in a subtle way, gradually, bit by bit. You'll be able to incorporate him into your family system, and that is how to do it. That is how to do it. So you don't you don't introduce your kids to every man. You only introduce the man that you potentially have you're going to eventually go on with. So that is when you are fully sure that, okay, this is the man that tick all your boxes. That's when you now start to introduce this new man into the life of your kids. You understand? That's upon number 4 right there. Upon number 5 is, don't be too intimate with the new man. Don't be too intimate with the new man. I mean, that's very obvious, because you've been out of the scene for a very long time, and you are starting dating afresh. There is high tendency that, having been away from relationship for a long time, you tend to fall in love quickly. Infatuation takes a better side of you, and you start to want to maybe have fun with him that quick. You understand? I don't think that is a good idea. You need to start slowly. You need to take things easy. You need to first of all get to know this man. Get to know his intention. Get to know if he actually means well for you. Get to know exactly if he wants exactly what you want, which is a relationship, a genuine relationship. You cannot, just because you meet a man today and you've now make up your mind that, okay, this man is potentially the guy that you're going to start dating. Then all of a sudden the next thing is, oh, you start to sleep with each other. No. Even when he gets to that level that, okay, this is the guy that potentially you'll be going out with, at the same time, you still need to take it slow. You need to take it slow. You cannot just start jumping into bed with him and thinking everything will be okay. No. Even when it comes to having intimacy with each other, you don't rush into things. You take it slow and steady. You allow yourself to be relaxed and not to rush into things. You don't even want to be seen to be rushing into things like this. You don't want to be seen to be doing that. You don't allow your emotion to take the to take to take over you and not make you think clearly and be able to um, um, rationalize things properly. So that's our second, fifth point, that you don't be intimate too soon. Don't be intimate too soon. And my last point on that is parenting responsibility belongs to you. Parenting responsibility belongs to you. Now you have this man in your life. You've introduced him to your kids, and dating or courtship starts. You don't have to, I mean, he has no rights yet in the life of your kids. Say, for instance, oh, maybe your kid did something and you want to tell him off or tell him or her off. And you now said to your man that, please, can you please tell him off? Or you don't do that. They are not his kids. It is the responsibility as at that point relies of course in your hand. You don't give him that responsibility to be their dad. They have their own dad. You have any issues with your kids, talk to their dad. Let their dad handle that side of things. Allow their dad to handle that side of things, because it's a very trickish area. If you allow your new man to start playing that parental role in the life of your kids, there's high tendency that your kids will hate him. Your kid will hold grudge against him, and eventually it's going to eat deep into your relationship, and it will not be a good thing. If you want him to have a good and cordial relationship with your kids, you don't put that kind of responsibility, that fatherly responsibility or parental responsibility in his hand. No, the responsibility belongs to you. The parenting responsibility belongs to you and their dad. And even if their dad is not around, the parental responsibility falls in your hand. You don't relinquish that responsibility and give it to the new man in your life, thinking that okay, fine, he's the man. Let him talk to your son because he's the man. He should know how to handle things. No, that is not his responsibility as the new man in your life. It is your responsibility. You have to deal with it yourself. Fine, you might seek advice from him. He might advise you discreetly on how to handle things, but no, it would be wrong for him to directly talk to your kids or telling your kids off or scolding your kids or even discipline them. You understand? That is wrong, and that is those are the five things I want you to hold on to very well in this new stage you find yourself in dating for the first time after a very long time. So I'm done for today on this topic, dating tip for single moms. If you want to add to the list of the things I mentioned here, please feel free and drop it on the comment sections. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you enjoy what you listen to today. And the notification bell is also right there. Smash it. The importance of that is every time I come online, you will be the first to get the notification. So until I see you again next time, please take good care of yourself. Bye-bye for now.